Most people never think about their mail carrier. They drop letters in blue boxes, stick packages on porches, and disappear into the background of daily life. But in Oakwood Heights, the mail comes at midnight, and it's not the kind of delivery you want to receive. Sarah Martinez had lived at 47 Elm Street for 3 years. Single, 28, worked from home as a graphic designer. She kept odd hours, which is why she noticed him first, the mailman who came after midnight. She watched him move from house to house, sliding envelopes under doors with mechanical precision. His movements were wrong somehow. Too slow, too deliberate, like he was savoring each delivery. Sarah, muttering to herself.
That's weird.
The next morning, Sarah learned that Mrs. Chen from 43 Elm Street had died in her sleep. Heart attack, the paramedics said. Peaceful, natural causes. Sarah remembered the Midnight Mailman stopping at number 43. She remembered the envelope sliding under Mrs. Chen's door. Sarah told herself it was coincidence. Old people die. It happens. But when midnight approached the following week, she found herself watching the window. 11:59. Nothing. 12 o'clock. Still nothing. Maybe she'd imagined it. Maybe there he was. Narrator. He stopped at 52 Elm Street. The Johnsons' house. Young couple with a newborn baby. Sarah into phone.
There's someone at 52 Elm Street. I think they're in danger.
The dispatcher asked the usual questions. Was there a break-in? Violence? Sarah couldn't explain. Couldn't say that a mailman delivering letters at midnight meant death was coming. The mailman looked up, directly at her window, directly at her, and smiled. Police found baby Emma Johnson in her crib at 6 a.m. SIDS, they said. Sudden infant death syndrome. No explanation, no cause, just gone. Sarah stood at her window, watching the scene unfold, knowing she could have prevented it, somehow. If she'd been braver, if she'd done something. She spent the week researching, obituaries going back months. Every death in Oakwood Heights had one thing in common. They all lived on streets with midnight mail delivery. 17 deaths in 6 months. All natural causes. All preceded by a midnight delivery. She called the post office. No midnight routes, they said. No employee matching her description. Mail delivery ended at 6 p.m. sharp. The third week, Sarah was ready. Camera in hand, she waited by the window. If she could get proof, evidence, maybe someone would believe her. 12 a.m. The mailman appeared like he always did, materializing from the shadows between streetlights. But this time, he wasn't stopping at other houses. This time, he was walking straight toward number 47. Sarah, breathless whisper.
Oh, God.
Sarah backed away from the window, heart pounding. Through the thin walls, she could hear footsteps in the hallway. Slow, deliberate, stopping at each door. Apartment 4A, Mrs. Rodriguez, the sound of paper sliding under a door. Apartment 4B, the college kids, another envelope delivered. The footsteps stopped. Silence. Sarah held her breath, counting the seconds. Then she saw it, a corner of white paper appearing beneath her door. Sarah stared at the envelope for what felt like hours. Her name was written on the front in perfect old-fashioned script. No return address, no postmark. With trembling hands, she picked it up. The paper was cold, unnaturally cold, like it had been stored somewhere without Inside was a single document. Official letterhead, state seal, her own death certificate, dated tomorrow. Cause of death, cardiac arrest. Time, 3:47 a.m. Sarah couldn't sleep. She sat on her couch, staring at the death certificate, watching the clock count down to 3:47, 3:46:50, 3:46:55, 3:47:00, and nothing happened. 3:48, 3:49. She was alive. The prediction was wrong. Sarah whispered relief.
I'm okay.
But as relief washed over her, Sarah heard something that made her blood freeze. Footsteps in the hallway. Slow, deliberate. Coming back, another envelope slid under her door. This one with a corrected death certificate. New time of death, 3:52 a.m. Sarah understood then. The Midnight Mailman didn't predict death. He delivered it. And if the first delivery failed, he simply tried again. The clock on her wall showed 3:51, 3:51:30. Her heart was beating too fast. Much too fast. 3:51:45. She could feel her pulse hammering against her ribs like a trapped bird. 3:52:00. Sarah, final whisper.
Please.
Sarah Martinez was found in her apartment the next morning by her landlord. Heart attack, the paramedics said. Sudden cardiac arrest. No history of heart problems. No explanation. They found 2 death certificates on her coffee table. Both with her name. Both accurate. The Midnight Mailman is still making his rounds in Oakwood Heights. Still delivering his special correspondence. If you live on Elm Street or Oak Avenue or any of the residential roads in that quiet suburban neighborhood, check your mail carefully. Some deliveries are better